Hello again, everyone. Edwin Learnard back once again. In this YouTube astrological segment, I'm going to be giving you my Cancer December 2019 horoscope forecast part 2 of 2. And yes, this does apply and pertain to the Sun, Moon, and Ascendant. Anyway, people, first thing up is, as far as December goes, Venus will be in Aquarius from the 20th until the 31st. So the 8th house is what will be emphasized and highlighted. Now, at this time, this can manifest in a number of ways. It could be if you're unattached at this time, Cancer, you may connect with an Aquarius Sun, Moon, or Ascendant person, or simply one that embodies Aquarius characteristics and might be for a very deep, non-superficial connection, one that is very sexual, very intimate, could be very intense. It could be a time too where you value more freedom and independence and shared resources situations. It could be a business connection or something, even with as far as your sex life may go, you might value unconventionality, things that are unorthodox, very unique in terms of as far as a sexual partner may go. It could be also at this time as well. It could, in some cases, this could be about rather selflessness in monetary matters, in shared resources situations, in matters with as far as spending on somebody that may be a sexual partner. It could be about spending money on making some transformation that might be using electronic computerized equipment. It could be, so as far as working out, fitness, that could be electronic or computerized. And also at this time as well, now in some cases this could reflect or manifest in an unpredictable money in terms of some kind of unanticipated monetary inheritance at this time, and whether it could be a large amount or a small amount, a lot of that could be predicated and dependent on aspects, as makes the points in your chart. A sextile trine your natal Jupiter could be very auspicious. It could be a very good amount, but I think, like say, if it makes an adverse aspect to your natal Saturn, it could actually be less than maybe that you would have maybe thought you would have gotten in this situation. So anyway, well, the next thing up is this could be, next thing up, Mars will be in Scorpio. So the fifth house is what will be emphasized and highlighted. So at this time, this could be about a lot of energy and vitality into some kind of extreme sports, or just a lot of energy and vitality into very intense sports at this time, and a lot of intensity playing some kind of sports or even games with people. It could be something too where the situation with children, with lovers, might be a little bit more contentious and acrimonious than usual. It could be fights connected with jealousy or a lot of vengeful anger with children, with lovers at this time, Cancer. It could be also a time too where if you're unattached, you may connect with a Scorpio, Sun, Moon, or Ascendant person, or simply one that embodies Scorpio characteristics. It could be for a sexual liaison, might be for a superficial sexual connection, or it could be somebody at this time as well that might really be playing a role, certainly your personal popularity, or be beneficial, play some role in matters with investment, speculation, or someone you share some kind of creative endeavor with, or some kind of hobby, or something fun, amusing, and enjoyable with. So those are some ways that this can manifest and pan out at this time. So anyway, it could also be taking action into maybe getting to the bottom of something of a speculative nature, or some investment in really going beyond subterfuge and superficiality in those matters. So anyway, next thing up, well, Jupiter will be in Capricorn for most of the month. So the seventh house is what will be emphasized and highlighted. Now, one way this may manifest and pan out, this could be very auspicious for older relationships or some kind of business partnerships at this time, Cancer. It could also be, now as I've talked about in previous videos, Jupiter could be rather paradoxical. It could be very strongly benign and benevolent, but it could also have the tendency to enlarge and expand. Now in some cases this can enlarge and expand a lot of pessimism and negativity, despondency, restriction, limitation in matters with relationships, business partnerships. It could be legalities, legal matters, dealings with open adversaries, but at the same time, it could be very auspicious for really doing things that are very planned, that have a lot of premeditation as far as legal matters go, and also uh, for matters with relationships, with business partnerships at this time. Could also be a time too, looking at this. This could be, I mean, Jupiter can also be about hope and optimism. It could be about having a lot of hope and optimism in older relationships at this time, and also with as far as structure and discipline goes in relationships, and also by showing that in matter and just a lot of discipline. It could expand discipline in matters with open adversaries at this time. So those are some ways that this may work at this time. And it could be also, I mean, Jupiter could be about sports too. So this could be about a lot of Jupiter. It could be some kind of manifest in some cases in getting involved in some kind of sports competition. And it could be with older people, or it could be something Capricorn related, such as like mountain climbing or anything that could be connected with Capricorn. So anyway, next thing up, well, Saturn will be in Capricorn still, so the seventh house is what will be emphasized and highlighted. Now, at this time, well, in some cases, this could be about taking care of a sickly or debilitated, could be a significant other, a marriage partner, someone you're in a business partnership with, or even a grandmother. And it could be something Capricorn related, such as something with the knees, the bones, the joints, the hamstrings, maybe making you feel somewhat despondent and melancholy. And also too, at this time, this could be, now in some cases, this could be about if you're unattached at this time, Cancer, marrying an older person, perhaps. It could be a Capricorn sun, moon, or ascendant person, or simply one that embodies Capricorn characteristics. It could be about some kind of Saturn business partnership, such as something with dentistry, or something political, or something with just general business at this time. Now, also, too, well, another way, I mean, this could manifest and pan out. This could be about dealing with certain restrictions and limitations, illegalities, or dealing or negotiation or compromise at this time, or even matters with a marriage partner or significant other may go at this time. Now, in some cases, this could be, I mean, Saturn could be about fear, so it could be where something with relationships and a significant other, having a marriage partner, might be put you in a state of fear or trepidation at this time as well. Next thing up, well, Uranus will be in Taurus still. So at this time, for Cancer, the 11th house is what will be emphasized and highlighted now. So now, in some ways, this could manifest in a multitude of ways. This could be about dealing with some unusual, stubborn, obstinate behavior with friends, acquaintances, people you may know at groups, clubs, organizations. This could also be at this time as well. It could manifest in Uranus type goals and aspirations, such as something with computers, electronics, humanitarianism, innovation, aerospace, astronomy, astrology, and also in some cases I do believe that this could be about how Taurus friendships can figure more prominently in your future at this time, Cancer, in matters with organizations, with groups, with clubs, with organizations, and as far as even social networking as well. At this time. Now, it could be too that friends and acquaintances might be acting more unpredictable and unusual, more so than ordinarily at this time as well. And it might be you might even have some very unorthodox or unusual goals and aspirations at this time, and even stepchildren, if applicable, might be expressing some unusual, stubborn, and obstinate behavior as well. At this time. So anyway, you might even require a little bit more independence and freedom in matters connected with friends and acquaintances at this time, more so than usual, even with children. So anyway, well, the next thing up, Neptune will still be in Pisces, so the ninth house is what will be emphasized and highlighted. Hold on a moment, people. Sorry about that, I'm back. But anyway, now it could be at this time for you Cancer that in-laws, grandchildren may be a little bit more nebulous and unclear, more so than usual, and also matters with higher education, publishing, religion. You might be a little bit more ambivalent and indecisive. You might be more confused regarding these things. It could be you might find yourself involved with some very convoluted long-distance journeys, or even at this time as well. On a positive note, this can manifest in doing something uh, as far as publishing, something Neptune related, such as something with poetry, dancing, writing about dancing. It could be something with chemistry, photography, the metaphysical, which includes astrology, spirituality, anesthesiology, and even taking a higher education course that could be Neptune related, such as something with a special learning, special effects, illusion, such as it could be something with the metaphysical, which includes astrology, poetry, dancing, photography, chemistry, again, anesthesiology, anything that could be learning, learning to be a pharmacist, something with the pharmaceutical field, anything that could be Neptune related. When you're talking about Neptune in astrology, it could also show where really, it could be about the dissipation or dissolving about a connection with an in-law, a grandchild, or even your or even matters with your religious congregation or college, university. Could also be a time too, we're talking about, again, Neptune in astrology can be about where one could be a little bit more lethargic and lackadaisical, where we might feel more like daydreaming and fantasizing as opposed to taking action. Now, in this case, this could be as far, especially, in this case, in ninth house matters, and especially if this is making an adverse aspect to your ascendant, your Mars, or your natal sun, and that can increase that propensity for daydreaming and fantasizing in ninth house matters as opposed to taking action in connection with them. Last but not least, Pluto will be in Capricorn still, so the seventh house is what will be emphasized and highlighted. Now, at this time, well, one way this may manifest, this could be, I know a lot of you don't want me to say the dreaded D word, but I'm going to anyway. This could be about the actual literal death one may experience with a significant other, a grandmother, someone you're in a business partnership with. It could also be about, Pluto, of course, could be about metamorphosis and transformation. This could be about the metamorphosis or transformation of your relationships at this time. But also remember, Pluto can be about obliteration, destruction. You might be losing a lot of your relationships at this time. Cancer might be obliterated, destroyed. But remember, Pluto can also be about revival, rebirth, and regeneration. They may come back at a certain point, or they could be simply supplanted with other people. Now, it could also be a time too where you might be getting involved in like Pluto type business partnerships and connections. It could be something with nuclear physics or something with recycling or transformation, such as rebuilding vehicles, anything, something with occult, astrology, the supernatural. But also it could be about very powerful and intense battles with open adversaries, or dealing with very powerful open enemies at this time, and trying to really gain power and control in those matters. And I give being flippant saying this could also be about power of attorney, right, since this is Pluto in the seventh house, but it could be about getting power and control in legalities in legal situations as well. When we're talking about Pluto in astrology, it could show where we expect infallibility. So just guard, Cancer, at this time against expecting infallibility as far as relationships go. People, a grandmother, someone you're in a business connection with, matters with negotiation or compromise. Those things might not pan out as perfectly as you really might anticipate at this time. So anyway, people, that will conclude this YouTube astrological segment for my Cancer December 2019 horoscope forecast, part 2 of 2. And stay tuned next time where I'll give you my Leo December 2019 horoscope forecast, part 1 of 2. And until next time, people, Edwin Learnard saying, stay well.